I respect faith, but doubt is what gets you an education. The poorer we are inwardly, the more we try to enrich ourselves outwardly. This achieving the center, being grounded in oneself, is about the highest state a human being can achieve. Knowledge will give you power, but character respect. What is defeat? Nothing but education, nothing but the first step to something better. Showing off is the fool's idea of glory. The height of cultivation runs to simplicity. Halfway cultivation runs to ornamentation. Your mind is the result of 1,000 yesterdays. Water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Be a calm beholder of what is happening around you. I don't know what is the meaning of death, but I am not afraid to die, and I go on, non-stop, going forward. The more we value things, the less we value ourselves. The best techniques are the simple ones executed right. It is not how much you have learned, but how much you have absorbed in what you have learned. Life is wise, limitless. There is no border, no frontier. Life is your teacher, and you are in a state of constant learning. Not what to think, but how to think. Time means a lot to me because, you see, I, too, am also a learner and am often lost in the joy of forever developing and simplifying. If you love life, don't waste time, for time is what life is made up of. I'll not willingly offend, nor be easily offended. Empty your mind. You know how water fills a cup? It becomes that cup. You have to think about nothing. You have to become nothing. To be humble to superiors is duty, to equals is courtesy, to inferiors is nobleness, and to all, safety. Yesterday's dreams are often tomorrow's realities. Only the self-sufficient stand alone. Most people follow the crowd and imitate. Use no way as way. When there is a way, therein lies the limitation. Do not pray for an easy life, pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. There is no weapon more deadly than the will. Long-term consistency trumps short-term intensity. In order to taste my cup of water, you must first empty your cup. Research your own experience, absorb what is useful, reject what is useless, and add what is essentially your own. A wise man can learn more from a foolish question than a fool can learn from a wise answer. Your mental attitude determines what you make of it, either a stepping stone or stumbling block. You cannot hurt that which is formless. The softest thing cannot be snapped, and emptiness cannot be confined. Freedom lies in understanding yourself from moment to moment. It is not daily increase, but daily decrease. Hack away the unessential. What you habitually think largely determines what you will ultimately become. Success is a journey, not a destination. No one can hurt you unless you allow him to. Empty yourself. Open up. After all, the usefulness of a cup is in its emptiness. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. Defeat is a state of mind. No one is ever defeated until defeat has been accepted as a reality. The doer alone learns. Nothing exists except the here and now. Those who gain, lose. Make at least one definite move daily toward your goal. The true stillness is the stillness in movement. A purpose is the eternal condition of success. You will never get any more out of life than you expect. Every man today is the result of his thoughts of yesterday. Do not precede others, always follow them. A quick temper will make a fool of you soon enough. The truth is outside of all fixed patterns. As you think, so shall you become. Be proficient in your field as well as in harmony among fellow men. Faith without work is death. Faith backed by action is applied faith. Thoughts backed by faith will overcome all obstacles. Don't strive to become, but be. False teachers of the way of life use flowery words. Meditation is the freeing of the mind from all motives. An idea, by itself, is not erroneous, but judgment makes it. Be flexible so you can change with change. When one is not expressing himself, he is not free. It is later than you think. Know yourself. Intelligence is the understanding of self. Be self-aware rather than a repetitious robot. The law of averages: put in more, come out with more. Failure is what your mind acknowledges. No man is defeated unless he is discouraged. Be a practical dreamer backed by action. If you want to do your duty properly, you should do just a little more than that. I don't believe in pure luck. You have to create your own luck. We are told that talent creates its own opportunities. But it sometimes seems that intense desire creates not only its own opportunities, but its own talents. Loneliness is only an opportunity to cut adrift and find yourself. One must always strive to be better. The sky's the limit. Humility forms the basis of honor, just as the low ground forms the foundation of a high elevation. It is a fact that labor and thrift produce a competence, but fortune, in the sense of wealth, is the reward of the man who can think of something that hasn't been thought of before. Sorrows are our best educator. A man can see further through a tear than a telescope. There is no such thing as defeat until you admit so yourself, but not until then. Are you a flowing entity, capable to flow with external circumstances, or are you resisting with your set choice pattern? Art is never decoration or embellishment. Instead, it is a constant process of maturing. An intelligent mind is an inquiring mind. Ideas are the beginning of all achievement. The spiritual power of man's will removes all obstacles. Gather materials. Masticate the facts. Relax and drop the whole subject. My will to do springs from the knowledge that I can do. Recognize and use the spiritual power of the infinite. It is not a shame to be knocked down by other people. It's the will that makes men. Success takes perseverance. To refuse to be cast down, that is the lesson. I have to leave now, my friend. You have a long journey ahead of you, and you must travel light. Remember, my friend, the usefulness of a cup is in its emptiness.